That you were better man. Your words have no weight with me. Cause you're counterfeit. I see. I don't need this bullshit. I won't put up with it any longer. You can go if you want. I don't need your pity. I will be just winning you. You want to be closer. Behind you. I want to know more. What about all of the things that you said? What about all of the things that you made? What about all of the lies that you carried? What about all of the things you told me? What about all of the things that you said? What about all of the things? Black women changing the narrative. How y'all doing? Hello, YouTube and Facebook. I'm so excited. I feel like I have reached I have gone over a professional hill. My academy is finally live. I have my first course up, All Vocal Prep 101. My academy is called Dileesa Vocal Academy. No ice. Promises that you made, all the ice you gave me, all the things you told me. How y'all doing tonight? I'm so excited. What about us? Listen, I'm going to be busy for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be busy. December, January, and February are spoken for. Honestly, anybody that wants lessons with me at this point they're just going to have to start in March. There's no way. Do you know how many new clients I just got in the last couple of days? I mean, to God be the glory. It's amazing. Like, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Like, who doesn't want to be able to say they have a waiting list? But like, I officially have a waiting list. Anybody that wants to get in with me is literally gonna have to wait until the next quarter. Like, it's just that packed. So to God be the glory. Thank you, Jesus. You know, I'm happy about it. But yeah, and my course just started today, the Vocal Academy. I'm so excited. I literally can remember writing out plans to have like some sort of drip feed course back in like 2011, 2010. And I just didn't know how to get it done. And thank God sites like Thinkific and Teachable exist now. So you don't have to hire somebody to literally build it. You know what I'm saying? It's already pre-built now. And I was able to like do the courses and upload stuff, and I'm just so grateful. So grateful. And I already think I got a couple people. So the price that you see on there now is 60% off, and it's only available for the first 30 people. Waited for too long. I'm ready. Wait for you, right? I wanna give in to you. I shouldn't be singing at like 1 a.m. To baby. Henrik, I'm so excited to teach you. Hi. Hello, Toya. Hi, D Cook. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving Eve. If you live in the States, you already know what it is for tomorrow. You got to wear your best sweater to sit in the living room with 10 people or less, because now we're in a pandemic. Call when I get there. I promise. Let me see. Do you provide lessons for people who just sing for fun? I do. I do provide lessons for people who just sing for fun. Oh, for so. Yeah, that's funny. You did correct yourself, but I'm gonna leave that up there. I do provide lessons for people who just sing for fun. It's not really about that. For me, it's about laying out realistic expectations. Like some people want to go professional, that it will be kind of hard for them to get to that point without like years and years and years and years of training. By the time, I just feel like they don't understand what it really takes to really be a student of music. And so wanting to be a professional, if you don't start off with a whole lot of talent, it's just not realistic. So if your goals are realistic, then yeah, of course, I would love to work with you. Kiss me out, touch me control. You're 17. I understand, Jacob. One day you will. And when you can't afford my lessons, I will be here. What do? If you're considering, I would say to do it now because you're only doing it for fun. And voice lessons are expensive. Even voice teachers that aren't that good charge real prices. So the fact that I'm doing a 50% off sale, now would be the time to stop vacillating and go ahead and purchase a package. When I think of you, can you please touch me up? Really miss you, baby. And you're kissing me, and you're holding me, and you're touching me. Yes, you are. So, Denise, thank you so much. I teach mainly classical, R&B, gospel. Those are mostly what I teach. If I get a jazz singer, then I'm teaching jazz that day. And if I get a musical theater, then I'm teaching musical theater that day. But it's usually classical, R&B, and gospel. And like I said, on the outskirts of that is jazz and musical theater. Thank you so much for asking. So when I work at the college, or when I work with college students, I make sure that I teach them arias, and I make sure that I teach them anything sheet music. So jazz, musical theater, and classical music. Like at the college, the only thing I'm allowed to teach is classical. And then usually clients who, are not in academia usually want to learn something within the context of what they already do, which is usually singing in church, singing at bars, karaoke, having shows and things like that. So that's usually like R&B, pop type stuff. We could be. Thank you, Tyson. I'm doing amazing. And I'll tell you why. I have reached a professional milestone because I officially have my own academy. This is huge for me. I literally wrote a study guide that was 20 pages long, and I've never in my life written a 20-page paper. But I wrote this 20-page study guide so that you guys could fully understand the concepts I was teaching. It's like a textbook. I've never done that. Huge accomplishment. So I'm doing amazing. Hey. You're so very welcome, Miss Denise. I hope you stay safe as well. If you live in the States, I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. You're the best of me. Thank you so much, Latoya. Latoya Ann. Thank you so much. If it looks like my eyes are like this, it's literally because I cannot see the screen. So I'm like, what? Thank you so much. It's huge. I didn't even realize what you said until you fixed it. That's funny. I didn't realize what you said until you fixed it. It was fine. No, it is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to build it out and just like really dig, because I've already written out like 5 of the courses. So I'm excited to start shooting and really fill that up. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Yeah. B-Rocka in the back. She's killing. We could be. I cannot believe. This girl, it's beyond me that somebody would feel like Brandy's not a great singer. Like, it's like, have you listened to her? Ask your fave to do what she did. Give them a verse and a chorus. Ask your fave to sing a verse and a chorus. I am. I'm so tired. It looks like my eyes are closing. It's because they are. I just wanted to come on here and say hello and say thank you guys, especially to my YouTube. I hope this music isn't too loud, but especially to my YouTube followers. Oh my gosh. First of all, I can't talk over music. I literally can't talk over music. Like, I'm schizo when music is playing. I have no idea what I was about to say. I know I said I was tired. And now you guys see what happens when I'm tired. My thoughts are very disjunct. I was going somewhere with that, Autumn. It's gone. Oh boy, I'm tired. It's the only explanation. They couldn't handle the phrase. They're insane. Anybody that says that is insane. In a single day. Brandy is very chesty. She actually doesn't really use her head voice that much. Yeah. The course is more than 50% off. Because there's so much interaction from me, I feel like the course, it's at least 50% off, let's say that. Because I feel like the course is really valued at around $700-800. Any course of its kind would probably sell for double that. But right now I'm selling it for $297 or 3 payments of $99. So I've enabled it for you to be able to pay for it either way. My private sessions are 50% off right now. No fortune and fame, but as long as you stay here with me, I would be okay. Look at you and I see me, just reflections of the love you make for me. And I'm so glad you wanna be mine. Hey. And my friend, no, he is. What would I say to someone who is nervous to sign up for any of your services? I don't bite. I literally look like this. I don't look like my flyers 99.9% of the time. This is what I look like. So I'm really not intimidating in real life. If you're in the performance, that's interesting because, okay, let me say this. If you're trying to be in the performance business, part of being in the performance business is performing with fear, learning how to overcome fear, or just performing with the fear. So maybe a step in that direction is signing up for lessons with that fear and with that anxiety, so that you can kind of learn how to operate within it. I'm always baffled by students who feel like they're performing for me. So when I ask them to do something, they're like unable to, and they're like, I'll do it when we're off, or I'll record it for you. That's always interesting to me because it's like, this is not a performance necessarily. But at the same time, I understand that, I've set an expectation and I want to see if they can achieve it. And I think that students really do. Any successful singer learns how to sing with that fear, with that nervousness. So I would say do it anyway. That's what you have to learn how to do in life, is feel the fear and do it anyway. My early bird sale has been going on since Monday, so it ends tomorrow evening at like midnight. Yes. And actually, to be honest with you, I think I maxed it out because I had it to where 30 people could do it and it's maxed out. So I just opened it up so that I can just get people until tomorrow. So like I said, somebody was saying I'm going to be busy for the next couple of months. I'm probably going to be busy. February is being conservative probably until March, because there's just so many people at this point, and it's the holidays. So granted, there's going to be some weeks that end up getting taken off. You know what I mean? A couple of days around Christmas, a couple of days for New Year's and all of that. MLK, and there's so many things. So yeah, go ahead, join the pack. All right, let me press play. Destin Cook, you just signed up for a month. Hi, Jewel. Is the course a live 14 week? Everything is pre-recorded, but that's a great question. So let me turn this down, because I cannot talk while music's playing. So it's not a live 14-week course, but it is, so it's 14 pre-recorded lessons, and there's also a 20-page PDF that goes along with it, study guide. But what does happen is there's a lot of interaction. So you send me, when you go on the site, there's an intro video that pretty much explains everything that I'm about to say right now, which is that I give you a lesson and I give you a task or homework or an assignment every week. And then every week you record yourself doing that task or that homework and you upload it. So I'm thinking the best way for that to happen is Facebook. So I created a Facebook group. Now, the only thing is I hyperlinked the Facebook group, but I think once it went to PDF, I don't know if that hyperlink works anymore. So I'm going to have to figure out where to put that hyperlink so that you guys can see where to upload everything, because I don't think you can upload it into, the site that's there. So that's why I created the Facebook link. So it's interactive in that you do get my feedback every week, but the actual lessons are pre-recorded. And then you basically get 6 vocal critiques Because you're able to send me a video of you singing a song that you choose, and then I tell you what you need to fix on it, and then you send me the second video with all of the things fixed. So yeah. Hey, hi Sean, Mike. It is Thanksgiving, isn't it? And I'm ever so grateful. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, kind sir. He is beating me in my heart. Thank you. I mean, I think I'm sweet too. I think I'm not. Some people find me intimidating, but you know, I'm here to help. That's crazy. How do I have my own Apple station? When did that happen? How did I get my own Apple station? Holy smokes. I have my own station on Apple Music. It says Dileesa Station. Literally, it says Dileesa Station. I think it's strange that I can't control these things I do when she's around. I sometimes want to leave. I might add to the class I'm taking in college. That would be awesome. What are you studying in college? I'd love to know. You are most welcome. And like I said, when you log in, well, when you go to the class and it allows you to see that free lesson is actually an introduction video. Unfortunately, the site that I use wouldn't allow me to put the intro video outside, if that makes sense, like on the outside so that you could see it. It makes you put in your username and all of that for you to get that free lesson, and the free lesson I'm giving you is explaining to you what you're getting in the course more in depth. So I hope to see you in the class. I hope to work with you. Hi, Ruben. I'm sure, yeah, it would. My websites tend to be really good about time zones. So you need to make sure that you put your time zone in, and it will convert my availability in your time zone, which I'm pretty sure for you will be very limited. You're either going to be working with me at like 5, 6 in the morning, or like at a ridiculous time at night or something. So yes, it will convert. Ruben from New Zealand, huh? It's a beautiful place. I did ask my assistant to make me a YouTube playlist, but she must have made me an Apple playlist too, which I wasn't expecting. So I was like, oh, what songs to choose? And I saw that and I was like, wow. You're taking business management and taking one class at a time because there's so much going on. That's good. That's really good. School can stress you out, but I don't really know how to do the taking it easy. I'm an all or nothing person. So good for you for knowing how to pace yourself. That's really good. You know your boundaries. Love you more. I love you more. Love you more. I love my YouTube followers. Can I just tell you, you guys are so engaged. You're so engaged. You're just so on it. What do you have planned for Thanksgiving? Well, I ended up being the cook this year, which is fine. I'm never the cook. So this is my first time my family's literally just said, "Can you cook?" My whole family will not be there. It'll just be like my aunt, my mom, me, my kids. I don't know. My brother probably come through, but like my sister and her family. The point is, what am I doing? I'm cooking a lot. So 2 pans of mac and cheese, collard greens, cabbage. My aunt's just buying a turkey from Honey Baked Ham because I don't fool with turkey. Brown stew chicken, stew beef, rice and peas, plantains. So it should be quite luscious. Should be quite luscious. And then of course we're just doing store-bought pies and stuff like that because I don't fool with baking like that. So it's like, if you want a pie, you better get it from Publix. The only thing I made was the collard greens today, and it was, oh my gosh, so delicious. But of course I didn't eat it. We're saving it for tomorrow. Everything else is just kind of prepped. Like I pre-cooked the macaroni so that tomorrow all I have to do is add all the rest of the ingredients because I hate standing over macaroni with it for it to cook. So I went ahead and did that. So today was like a long cooking day, and I'm really glad I got a lot of that stuff over with today because tomorrow would have been completely exhausting. I am signing up because it's pre-recorded. I prefer that. Oh, yay! I appreciate that, Jewel. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you. So if you're nervous about that, you are more than welcome to just set it to like private or something like that. I'm pretty sure you can set it to where only I can see it. Where only I, the admin, can see it. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Because in order for it to be approved, I would have to be the one to approve it. So I'm pretty sure if you submit it, I would have to approve it to go to public. So if you didn't want it to go public, that's fine. Farewell, goodbye, so long. That girl, Whole Foods is where it's at for pie. I'm not rich enough to go to Whole Foods on a regular basis. I don't really live near any Whole Foods, so I'm not quite in that tax bracket yet. But I believe you. I believe you. Because Whole Foods has it together. No, and I'm not big on lobster mac and cheese. I don't eat lobster. I don't really eat shelled seafood, so I wouldn't really be interested. And I've had lobster mac and cheese before, and I just couldn't really get down. I don't believe in cheese on fish. That's just strange to me. So lobster is just very fishy. It's like fish with cheese, like why are we doing this? So I didn't like it. Point is I didn't like it. Yes, it's a Facebook group it's a private Facebook group for people that join my Vocal Academy for them to be able to upload their videos for me to watch. Yeah. Hi, Maya. You're so funny. You're just following me around, huh? Yeah, that's great because I was out there and there were so many people out there doing last minute stuff. Oh, no. Not at all. Not over here. We're not trying to do that. Happy Thanksgiving, Mark. Publix for life. I love Publix. Whenever I tell people I shop at Publix, they be like, "Oh, you rich." Yeah, I don't understand the concept. I don't really like the concept of chicken and cheese. It's like, why are we doing this? Unless it's like mozzarella, like a Parmesan, and I don't really eat chicken Parmesan. So unless it's like Italian, like a white, creamy, like Alfredo, Alfredo is basically Parmesan with cream. That's the only thing like that kind of get down with. Other than that, like yellow cheddar cheese on chicken, it's just weird. It's not supposed to go. I feel like you're butchering good cuisine at that point. Exercise to improve agility. Ah, 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 oh my God. There it is. Publix is way better than Kroger. Don't do that to Publix. We're not doing that. Sharion, my friend, how are you? I just found out they don't have King Scoopers in Washington. I have no idea what that is. No clue. I look forward to working with you. Publix is better than Kroger and Ingles. When I go into Ingles, I am completely lost, completely discombobulated. I just feel disoriented and I get angry. Same thing with Kroger. I will say both of those stores, though, do have better deals and better variety. But I think Publix is for people that just kind of go by brand names and know what they want, and they're willing to pay for it and call it a day. Or they're willing to wait for the 50% off sale. Not really, because it's late. That's what we do, and then insomnia. Good night at 6 a.m. I don't even know what I did now. I'm sorry. Ralph's, I don't know what part of the world y'all live in. There is a link. Go to my website. Well, I can send you directly there if I know the exact. I think is it Dileesa.thinkific.com? Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. I think it's thinkific.dileesa.com. I think that's what it is. Let me look at the exact link. Yeah, Dileesa. Okay, I'm going to type it in there. You can go to my website and it leads you to it. So that's one way to get there. Or just go to dileesa.com and then look up courses. My voice is so beautiful. Thank you, Van. Thank you. Do you like turkey? It's okay. It's all right. I'll eat it. But I'm not going to spend time cooking it like people that cook it 5 and 6 hours now. I'm not doing all that. And that's how Ralph, it's Ralph's in Cali. I've heard of these. Okay. Well, that explains why I didn't That's so funny. I do offer private lessons, and in fact, I'm glad you asked. I have 50% off of my private lessons until tomorrow night. So like my 55-minute lessons are usually $110 an hour. So they're 50% off now. And you can get packages, like packages are 50% off. You can get, I think you can get as many packages as you want at this rate. And that ends tomorrow. So I'm not a big sale person. I don't do a lot of sales at all. So if you wanted to start taking private lessons and you're kind of on the fence, of course, you can get 4 lessons, 8 lessons, 12 lessons. You can even get 1 lesson. You have to put in the code early bird. For single lessons, you have to put early birds with an S. So go to my site, Dileesa.com, go to book lessons, You want to get a package, put in the code early bird, all one word. Or you're in Cali now and you're missing Publix. Man, Publix is life. Honestly, Publix is part of my mental wellness. I literally make sure wherever I move, I live near Publix. Because when I first moved to Georgia, we lived near Kroger, and I was just so disoriented. I was so unhappy. And then when we moved near Publix, I felt like I had a semblance of normality. And where I live now, I'm like a mile away from Publix, and it's just the best. Am I getting books left and right? Yeah, it's kind of insane. This has never happened before. What's happening right now, what happened this week has never happened before. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend everyone's expiration dates, because normally if you buy 8 lessons, you have 8 weeks to do those lessons. Or if you buy 12 lessons, you have 12 weeks. But I think we're going to extend it just to kind of give everyone wiggle room, because I understand we have holidays coming up. So everyone's schedule is going to be crazy over the next 5 weeks anyway. So I don't want everyone to feel this pressure to make sure they get those lessons in a certain amount of time. And I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of relax my restrictions so that everyone can feel comfortable that they're getting their money's worth and all of that. Thank you. Praise God. Thank you. Things that you stand, promises that you made, that you gave me. This video about to have all kind of copyright claims on it. I'm in Eastern time zone, so it is 1:13 in the morning. I'm in Eastern time zone. Really? Aww. Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm happy to hear that. It's been crazy for me too. I don't know if y'all can see the bags, but it's been crazy for me too. And being on these lives, it's like it kind of allows, even though I'm not talking to you guys personally, the fact that you interact with me so much, I feel like I'm really connecting with you guys, and I appreciate that as well. Sometimes I take for granted that how much my fans want to connect with me. And you guys aren't just fans, you guys have like really helped me. We're literally a community of people who really appreciate what I do. And I'm very appreciative of that. Any tips on how to develop vocal tremolo? Press your vocal cords too much? That's usually the result of pressed phonation. Pressed phonation. Pressed phonation. Pressed phonation. Fun fact, I don't have cable, and I haven't had cable for over 2 years. So I don't watch, even when I did, I didn't watch the Dr. Phil show. Because I'm friends with real therapists, I know that therapy is much more involved than what he's doing. He's kind of doing case management. Like he asks all these inflammatory questions and gets people to kind of show their behinds, and then he sends them off. Yes, it's a lifetime purchase. I said it that way. Yes, ma'am. This playlist is pretty decent. I don't know how they made it. I did not make a playlist, but they made a playlist for me. Oh, I think I answered that already. I answered that already. Okay, so it's not that late for you yet. It's not that late for you yet, the queen of makeup tutorials. This is Jasmine Sullivan. Sullivan. Oh my God. Jasmine Sullivan. Let It Burn. Yeah, yeah. I just got your order, Jewel. Oh my gosh, you ordered. I'm so happy. So my cutoff for this price of $297 is 30 people, just so you know. So if you know people that you know need this course or want a course like this, let them know there's limited spots. I'm not going to be offering this course because it's a lot of work for me. Even though it's a drip, even though it's like um, it's a pre-recorded teaching course, I'm very involved in it. So it's still a lot of time and energy for me. And $297 just don't cut it. $297 would be cool if I was just throwing it out there. God bless you when you get all this information. But I have no idea what the song is. But for me to do as much going back and forth with you guys as I am, it's worth so much more because that's a lot for me. And so, yeah, $297. If you guys really want to get in on that, I'm only doing it for 30 people, like for real, because that's exhausting. Any interesting things that your therapist friends? Oh, hold on, I missed something. You give so much. I look forward to these live chats. You're so generous and so beautiful. Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm totally grateful for all you've done. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You never know how you're impacting people. I really think I just take, for granted. I don't really think about it. Thank you so much. That's a blessing for me to hear. Thank you. My therapist friends are just really intelligent people. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's the one that told me that Dr. Phil is just doing case management. They're just really insightful people, and they could recognize when somebody doesn't like dwelling in truth, By the way, I don't even know if I'm going to save this live just because there's so much copywritten music in it. I don't even know if I want to deal with all of the emails that are going to come once this goes live. My therapist friend really helps me through my marriage. And I guess her being the therapist that she is, she didn't just say, girl, let it go. She literally would talk to me for hours during that whole 10-year ordeal. But she would always say, this is what you're going through. This is what you're being presented with. And these are the decisions you have to make. So that was kind of always how she dealt with me. And in hindsight, she probably realized that was the best way to deal with me. She probably realized telling me what to do wasn't going to be the best route. Literally, watch Desmond. I need to hear her new record. I feel like she's always belted really high. That song, Circles is super high. Cedrette, that's a beautiful name. I am very capable of being a coloratura soprano, and I'm finally being trained. I'm finally being trained into being a coloratura soprano. So starting in a couple weeks, he gave me a whole bunch of coloratura songs. I don't know all these songs. No. I don't want to hear this. It's a good song, but I don't want to hear it. I will. Don't touch my soul. Oh, see, I don't even know the song. You still make videos and analyze it? I have not in a long time, but I am gearing my brain up to continue to do it again. But I feel like one way that I can do that is by going live. I feel like if I try to pre-record it, then I'm going to get into wanting to edit it and all of this stuff. But if I get to do it live on the spot, I feel like I can actually get it done. That's kind of what I figured out about myself. If I pre-record it, I'm gonna like want to get it to an editor and put all these things on it, and then I'm gonna be angry. And I'm gonna want it to be perfect. But if I'm doing it live, then I kind of can release that expectation of perfection and just put it out there. I know that name, Develop Morning. I know that name. Interestingly, my tip for singing high pitch is learn how to sing well in your middle voice, and it really opens up the high voice. So it's not really about learning to sing high. I mean, you do need to have a high soft palate, but if you learn to lift your soft palate in the middle voice, then you kind of are learning how to do that in the high voice. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I stay in my corner all day, guys. If you guys don't tell me about these people, I have no idea who they are. I need to start making playlists. I probably should make these playlists public so y'all can add to them, because I need to know who these people are. I love Solange. It's just, she's so different. I can't even say better. Because Beyonce's music is produced and written really well. But it's just so much more earthy, you know? And I love earthy music. To me, Beyonce's best song ever was Me, Myself, and I. Particularly the live version. She didn't have to do nothing else after that, in my opinion. And what was that? That was on like the very first record. That was on Dangerously in Love. I loved when Beyonce was R&B. Yeah, for sure. Oh, you must talk about Develop Morning, Morgan. You have to be in a vibe from either one of them, I think. She's easy listening. She's easy listening. Leave some for the live performance. I feel like your recording is a product, and you got to make sure it's packaged in a way that people will want to buy it. They'll get what you're doing, and they'll want to buy it. You got to give them just enough. And then when you go live, you give them the rest. You give them the rest of your ideas. You give them all the fun stuff. I would say so. I would agree with that. Can you imagine if YouTube had a way for it to share the video and then you guys on and sing? That would be so dope. Oh my gosh, you can. Oh, I love the song. Queen of Makeup Tutorials. If we had one. If we had your That's dope. That's very cool. Yeah. Because they had to lower the keys, and I mean, in the studio, you can take a 5-10 minute break and then do that big note or come back the next day or whatever. When you're singing in person, you don't have that luxury. Hi.
Oh my God. Hi. I feel like such a little kid right now. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. I'm
How are you?
talking to you. This is insane. Ah.
I can have up to 10 participants. So then I just put the link out there and I was like,
Oh my goodness. Dileesa. Oh my God. Oh, my heart is pounding like I'm losing my mind right now. Babe. Babe. Okay. Oh. Look at my hands. I have been following you forever. Like, I can't even. Your vocal analysis videos have literally changed my life. Like, so I've been an aspiring wannabe singer forever. How long? Like my whole life. Up until like recently, I haven't been feeling the urge to sing. And then I started getting notifications that you were going live and doing videos. And I was just like, feeling all inspired and stuff. And then I saw this link, I saw your name, and I was like, oh, let me click on that. And I was like, oh, this might be spam or something. And then
might be a virus, might be.
oh my God. I was like, whoa, Jesus.
Whoa.
Yes, come on. Oh my God. So I want to take private lessons. I really do. I feel like I would benefit from it, and that my vocal health will benefit from it. Like that's the main thing that I've been focused on, like concerned about, is my vocal health. And if I'm really stressing, or if I'm warming up the right way, or because I haven't had any training, like I haven't had any at all. So, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. Can anybody else see me? Like,
everyone can see you.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Babe, I am on YouTube live right now.
Where do you live?
I live in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay, so you're 3 hours behind me.
Yeah. And then you said my name right. I was like, I'm going to send her my name and see if she's going to say it correctly. Let me spell it out phonetically.
You're the queen of makeup.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, right?
Yes, that is. Oh my God! You're saying my name and you're talking to me, and then I'm on your channel.
That's so funny.
Hi, everyone.
Where's that name from?
My mother named me, or my great grandmother named me, and then my mom told me some very.
Is your family of American origin?
Yeah, my father. I'm a junior.
Okay.
I'm a junior. Yeah, me and my father have the same name.
Oh wow, I've just never heard that name before. So when you put it, I honestly thought it was like Middle Eastern or something.
Oh, well, hey.
Wow, I was not. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, thank you for your enthusiasm.
I was literally sitting here while I was laying in bed, actually, and I was watching your video, and I messaged you, and then you responded, and you mentioned how you never thought how you affected other people. Like you never knew, you never took that into account. And that's something that I've been dealing with lately, where, just people don't understand the power of words, that words only tell people what you do, but your voice shows people who you are. And, you are a beautiful person. Like one of the most beautiful people I have ever witnessed in my life. Like I'm sitting here watching your videos and I go through and I literally I can binge watch. I'm probably the reason why your view duration time is so high because I mean, come on now. Like I will sit through the ads. I don't care. Like the ones that even stay on I'll sit there. And I was always like, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to purchase lessons from this woman. I have to do this because I've been looking for a vocal coach, and I'm like, they say when you're a singer, even the greatest singers have vocal coaches, and I've auditioned for like every reality TV show that you can possibly imagine. And this is all without a coach. I feel like my chances would have been a lot better if I had had, you know, someone there in the wings or someone there telling me like, hey, do this, breathe this way, put your chest up, stand up, do this, do that, you know, and I don't
choose that song.
No, well,
That's song.
That's literally my song choices.
Abort mission.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to monopolize your live.
No, this is great. This is great. I wish more people would have added. I'm like, I said, up to 10 people. Let's see what happens.
Wow. Oh my God. Ah.
You're so nice.
This is crazy. I'm literally I work from home, you know, like just like many other people all across the country and the world even. But so I'm at my computer right now and I was actually watching I was like, I need to change. I was like, this is a T right here. It says the Queen of Makeup. No, I need my picture to be on here so she can see who I am. I need her to know that I'm a real person, that this is not a bot. I want to talk to her. And then you post it. Oh, wow. Like,
oh
my God. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for, wow. Babe, you have to, okay, this is my fiance. This is
my God.
Oh, you don't want to get over here? I'm on live YouTube. This is YouTube live. Like
he's probably like, I'm straight.
He's like trying to come over. Oh my God, you're so nervous. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you? It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
He's going crazy.
She is like amazing. She's amazing. I've been following her for years. She's literally famous on YouTube. Like everybody. I mean, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you this right now so nobody else ever tells you. Honey, you famous, okay?
My friends try to tell me that. And I'm like,
I'm gonna add to it. You famous, okay? There's nothing you can do about it.
You famous. I'm like, what is you talking about?
Because your gifts made the way along with the Lord. You know, he was right there. But the push. It's like the people who don't want it have it.
Well, yeah.
And I remember you saying in your other video, they say, yeah, you famous. So I remember in your other live video, where you're like, this is like my first time doing it. And you're like, someone asked you a question and they said, do you ever want to be famous? Oh my God, my phone is gonna die. No, this can't be happening. Oh my God, 911. Can you please help me?
Like, Beyonce, help.
I need a charger. Can you grab my cord, please? Like, and get the extension cord or something. And like, yeah, there we go. I need something with real power. The green extension cord, please, grab it.
Now.
I'm like, I'm at 5%, and I'm gonna keep this going. And you don't understand. This phone is gonna melt. I don't care.
Do you remember the sentence you were in the middle of?
No, I did not. Okay, there we go. Oh, hallelujah.
No, you were saying yesterday somebody was asking me if I wanted to be famous.
Oh, yes. Okay. So someone asked you if you wanted to be famous, like Beyonce, like that famous. And you're like, no. You said I could handle like the person in the grocery store or in the mall or something. And they're like, hey, oh, you're from YouTube. You're like, yeah, I can deal with that. And like, you famous regardless. Like if you come anywhere near like where your niche is, like the people who follow you, like the true people that follow you, you're gonna get that Beyonce crowd. You're gonna get that the craziness. You're gonna get the crazies that cry. Like I'm one of those. Like.
So let me tell you, because I really don't get out much. The funny thing is, YouTube is really my outlet because I'm a single parent of 3 kids, and even when I was married, I was a single parent. Let's be honest. So I was just always in the house. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother topic we don't discuss online. So.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
That's a whole nother pile of BS. But I'm such a single mom that I'm always home. I feel like I'm a single parent who just happens to sing and teach lessons, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really a stay-at-home mom. And so I don't really get out. And so the few times that I do get out, I'm just always confused by the reception. Like, you know me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or I go to a random church in Atlanta because I live like 30 miles out of Atlanta. And so like a friend will invite me to a church in Atlanta and someone off the person will be like, Dileesa. And I'm like, no. And she's like, I watch you on YouTube. You're great. And I'm like, oh, wow. I probably should have worn something better than
different. Yes.
Oh, the most embarrassing one. I went to Alabama. And I think I needed something from Verizon. And so I went into like a random Verizon in Birmingham. And like, I think I had just finished eating. There was literally dirt on my shirt. Like my hair wasn't done, food was on my shirt. And I just walked in and there was this woman who just kept, like as soon as I walked in, she just kept going. Hi. And then like, some other lady came up and helped me. And that was it. It was kind of embarrassing because I think what happened was I had to cut the service off or something like that.
See, okay.
So I had to like cut the service off. And so this girl who was my fan, she's like listening to me talk about my bill and how I had to cut the service off. And then like she waited till I gave my whole life story out loud and be like, I know you because you're a singer and a teacher on YouTube. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
oh my God.
This is
I think that the common, the common misconception that people have about individuals such as yourself, like you're in social media, like it's there, like you do it, like this is your, like you're breathing, you understand? Like, so they think that because they have this not narrative, I want to say narrative, like this visual of you, because they're so carefully crafted and the lighting is great, and then you take into account how people see you at that point. But then what about the moments when you just don't care what people
and the crazy thing is that's generally my like I generally don't care how people think, but then I realize people think I should care. So then I'm like, dang, I probably should care. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of set myself up. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't care. Like anyone that knows me knows I really don't care. You know, I'm the person in sweatpants. Like I'm the person that's never matching. I'm the sweatpants and flip flops girl. Like as long as I've bathed and put on some lotion and some perfume, like it really doesn't matter how I look necessarily,
Oh my God.
Then
I have to put my headphones back
YouTube, and then people see me on the street, and I'm just like, I am so sorry to disappoint.
The thing is, so I have, I've seen this process. Like I've seen it. Like it's like very small with me. Like
I did female impersonation for many years. So I traveled a lot. And then people, you know, as you do anything with practice and repetition over and over and over again, like people are going to start to know you. People are going to start to recognize you. People are going to see you. And it's like, I don't know what it is. Like, I have so many questions to ask you. Like, like, so what is, hang on, I have to get my reporter situation on. This is my, ladies and gentlemen, we're live in the studio with Dileesa, and we're going to ask her a few questions. So, yes. So, in all of your career, what is the most exciting opportunity that you've encountered via YouTube?
I think all of it. None of it was expected.
Okay, see, like, that's a good question. Like, I mean, a good answer for me. Like for me, because I'm thinking about getting into this, and this is like, there's a deeper question here. See, the reason why I'm asking these questions, because I want to do this. I've had that, like, you know, you get that deer in headlights feeling.
Yeah.
And like you said, you like live videos, like you like live streaming and stuff because you don't want to be tempted to have to edit it and do all this other stuff. And that's what I've been literally like dying down from. Like the energy is there, the enthusiasm's there, and then it just down flat.
Live kind of keeps you on your toes, but I say all of it because when I started teaching on YouTube, I think now everyone can kind of see, it's so obvious to everybody that if you go on YouTube, you can make money through your views or through funneling them to your email list or funneling them to your website or to whatever. Now, I started in 2006, 7, 8, 9. That was not on my mind. All I knew, YouTube came around in 2006, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, nobody cared about it. It was just a place to host videos, you know. There was a whole bunch of, remember Photo Bucket? There was like all these.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. To host there was places to host your pictures, and then there was YouTube that you hosted your videos. So I was like, okay. And then I started to see that people were trying to teach voice. And that was utterly confusing to me because I was like, how is it that I've studied voice all these years and I have no idea what these people are saying? I'm so confused. That's just how far off their language is, you know what I mean, from real teaching. And so I went online because I was like, I want to just put something out there that at least shows people what a real voice lesson looks like.
Yeah.
That was my only goal. That was my only goal. It was never, and hopefully they like me enough to book a lesson with me, or hopefully they.
Okay.
I never asked. It took me a while to even start asking people to subscribe to my channel. Like at the very most, I would put out a video and then like go to my email and send it to like 10 friends and say, hey, this is a recent thing I put on YouTube. I just want you to look at it. But other than that, it was never, I never had in mind that I was building a business at all.
Because it was something you were passionate about already. Like this was something
I loved singing, and my children were toddlers. I was 25 years old, 26. With 2 toddlers, and I was a married single mother stuck in the house all day.
Goodness.
And I was a singer who couldn't sing because I was stuck at home all day. So
oh my God.
I can't sing. So my only outlet was I took YouTube. My phones and I bought a laptop with a camera so I could have an outlet to talk about singing since I couldn't sing. That's literally what YouTube was born out of. So everything that happened after that was what, you know. When I get an inbox from Lee Lyons 3 months later saying, I've paid $200 an hour for lessons and your 10-minute free video taught me more than I've ever learned. You know, when I have Patti LaBelle commenting saying, I've never heard anybody break down my voice the way that you have. When I had
that would have blew my mind. Blew my mind.
People from Sweden saying, can you teach me? From Japan, from Africa, from France. Like that's insane. Like
I'm having a tough time over here with my camera. I'm so sorry.
I'm not even looking. I'm in my zone now. I'm talking.
There we go.
So yeah, like all of it is just like, oh Lord, what just happened? Like You know, that was not, I could not have come up with this business plan. I'm not that creative. I always tell people that I'm not that creative. I wouldn't have come up with this.
I literally did not know what a soprano falcone was, like, or a spinto soprano, or any of these things. I'm like, what language does she speak in? Like, that's like literally when I first watched the video, I was like, okay, she's analyzing the voice, and she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. So I'm just gonna listen. And it's like your verbiage, your the sheer like conviction in your voice, but it's not like over the top. It's like very like it's very matter of fact. Like, so, and you know, you're it's very engaging and stuff like that. So I knew from that moment, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch some of these videos because I know I'm probably doing something. Like, when you're talking about like the singing in the mask and all this stuff, when I'm telling you the stuff that you share with me, I share with other people, and they're like, oh, you've trained, you know what you're talking about. I'm like,
I'm just parroting, honey.
Wow.
I literally feel like I'm just the product of really great teachers. Like, everything that I'm teaching, I'm parroting my great teachers. And I hate that people aren't exposed to great vocal teachers, because any great vocal teacher worth their weight is going to speak the way that I speak. And unfortunately, in the contemporary singing world, this verbiage is rare, because you have so many people trying to kind of inflate what they know with all of these words that are really irrelevant, sing with your larynx down. No, I'm like, how is it that I have 2 degrees and I've never had a single put my larynx down? What are you talking about?
Or
compress your vocal cords. We don't talk about that, but they say things that that are scientific, and it's not that they're wrong. That's just not how you teach someone. You can't tell someone to. That's as good as saying sing with your diaphragm. It's useless. You know what I'm saying? You can say engage your core. Now I can do that. You know what I mean? I can.
Yeah.
So
what? So I vaguely remember, and this is me being a horrible interviewer, by the way, because typically you'll have a list of questions, or you've since then done your research, and then you follow up with like, now I know that you have this, and you've done this, and you've done that. Can you talk a little bit further on your education in music?
Yeah, you are.
Like, so what is your so what's your background in, like, as far as like music goes?
Well, my grandfather is probably the biggest champion. Thank God he's still alive. He's like 88. He'll be 89 in March.
Yes.
Yeah, but he started us off in music when I was 4. He started my sister and I singing in church. Like, on stage with mics in our hands, not in a choir, just by ourselves. I was 4. And then I started singing in his country gospel band with all these old people. He had me and my sister singing, in his gospel band, and we were like 6 and 9, you know what I'm saying? And I pretty much did that until I was like 11, 12 years old, and I would travel with him, and people would encore us. We were like the, best part of the whole concert.
Yes.
It was funny because they were Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? So the Jamaicans singing with a country accent, or singing country music with a Jamaican accent. And I don't know why Jamaicans love country gospel. That whole thing is strange.
Country gospel? Okay.
It was great. It was great. But then, I really didn't have much musical training in my younger years at all. I was just an R&B gospel, an R&B person, really. I just loved R&B, hip hop, reggae. That's what I was raised around. And then when I was like high school, 14, that's when I was introduced to like Kirk Franklin, like real gospel. And then I decided in high school, I did all the chorus classes, but I didn't really get my first voice lesson until 12th grade when I decided to do a solo. And I was actually angry at that person because I thought he didn't know what he was talking about, because he made me feel like I didn't know nothing. And I know I could sing. And he got me doing all these exercises that had me running out of breath. So I had a major attitude with him. I had a major attitude with him. And
Oh my God. I love you so much. Like, this is so beautiful. Like, this is like me and my best friend. Like she literally, like, you're giving me my home vibes. Like, I'm from the East Coast too. So, like, Midwest. I'm from Detroit. I was
Mhm.
like literally born and cultivated, because I like to say cultivated, not raised, because you don't raise children, cultivate life.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
you know. So I was born and cultivated in Detroit, and that's the dynamic that you get, especially with the people who can really, really sing. Like, you have the
Oh, yeah.
singers,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, how you gonna tell me? Like,
You
I
don't
know
tell me I can't sing. I've been singing my whole life. Where you been at? You got the wrong song. You don't know the song I can sing. I had a major attitude with him. And
Oh
then
my God.
that horrible attitude went through my whole first year of college. I decided to do voice performance because I was like, you know what?
Hmm.
I want a degree just to say I have one so people don't think I'm stupid. And
Yeah.
I'm going to just go ahead and study music because that's going to be easy.
It was
Oh,
not easy, was it?
no. 9 classes every semester. Nine,
What?
9 classes every semester. That was the ride of
Wow.
my life. And but no, the whole first year I was just like, you're treating me like a scrub and I know I can sing. That was pretty much
Hmm.
my attitude the whole time. Um, but yeah, I'm glad I got through that first year because by the second year I actually could sing, because I allowed her to like take me the long route. But pretty much by then there was a lot of vocal restoration that needed to happen
Okay.
because I had been singing so much gospel that I really didn't have a head voice at all. So I needed
Uh-huh.
to kind of restore that. And then by the second year, I switched schools, got a new voice teacher. And I hate that I switched schools, but I did because my roommate had a boyfriend that was basically living with us. And that stressed me out. So I moved home,
Hmm.
switched schools. And I spent 2.5 years at a community college with an opera director. He was my teacher, and he was amazing. And I got my first opera, a professional opera role, by the time I was 20 years old because of him. And so,
Wow.
yeah, like he completely transformed my voice within a year of working with him. He would give me free voice lessons throughout the summer. And while I was at the community college, I also had a full scholarship to be in the jazz choir, a jazz band. I got a full scholarship to be in the show choir band. So I had like scholarships stacked. I was getting paid to be in school. And
Hmm.
so yeah, then I got married and had kids. And so it took me several years, but then I got my bachelor's degree in Georgia because I'm from Florida, so I ended up graduating in Georgia. And then I graduated in 2010. So it took me like 9 years to get that first degree because of the moving and the children and the
Hmm.
years off and then having to go part-time and blah, blah, blah. So then since from between 2010 and 2018, I was just teaching. I had my own business. I had went through the transition of being divorced, living on my own, figuring out what am I doing with my life now. And
Hmm.
I just was like, I need to do something with my life. I'm going to enroll back in school. And that's what I did. I went back to school to, the way crazy thing was I really went back to school to get a master's of speech therapy. I was going to do speech therapy, but my GPA wasn't high enough.
Like, God said, look,
My GPA
you're
wasn't
gonna
high enough.
do
So
this.
then I said, okay, I'm just going to get a second bachelor's in Spanish and then do a master's of speech therapy. And when I was there signing up for the Spanish classes, the music director walked in and he was like, have you thought about taking music classes? I was like, I have a whole degree in music. He's like, why aren't you getting a master's in music? And I was like, I don't think
Hmm.
my GPA is high enough to get a master's. And he's like, who told you that? And then 2 weeks later, I auditioned and I got in and I graduated with a 4.0 in May. 4.0 got my master's degree.
Okay.
And then by August, I ended up working at a university. So like literally graduated in May and now I have a
Wow.
job at a university teaching voice. So like God just did all of that.
Full circle. Full circle. Like, so you could tell people, like, hey, look at me. Like, I didn't think my GPA was high enough. And now I'm teaching you.
Period. But I made up for all the bad GPAs. Like I got a 4.0 on my master's degree program. So I feel like I made up for the terrible 2.7, you know?
Like it's gonna offset it a little bit. Like that has to do something. Like one cancels the other out. Like it has to work like that. I think I read that somewhere. It was somewhere on Google, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it must be true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So like what was the hardest thing for you in the courses?
Which part?
Like out of the 9 years, what was the hard?
The 9 years of the bachelor's.
Oh, that was the bachelor's.
The
So
bachelor's
was it
took 9 years.
okay? So post bachelor's,
Mhm.
what was the hardest part? Like you did well in your master's program. So what was the hardest part of the master's for you? Like the biggest like learning moment for you, like the
I had several. I had to, okay, so imagine like I'm walking into a master's program and I've already traveled the world teaching people how to sing. So I'm walking in a professional, just as much a professional as you, but I have to dump all of that and leave. I have to once again leave my ego
oh
there and assume I know nothing.
wow.
Because you gotta remember my professors are pretty much my age, right?
Okay.
I'm 37, so they're like maybe 39, 40.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And so they're trying to teach me certain things. Like let's say conducting was probably my hardest class, and because I'd never taken conducting, and he made me mark my scores and do all this crazy stuff. And he wasn't a choral conductor; he was a band conductor, which made it even harder because we were not speaking the same language, and so. I would sometimes conduct with my eyes closed because I was really trying to feel the beat. He's like, you have to open your eyes. And I was like, but I feel it better when my eyes are closed. And he's like, you're not qualified enough to have an opinion.
Oh, that would have been like my soul.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Tears.
please. Like,
Tears.
instantly, like, wow. Okay.
Tears.
So they taught drama and music. And
Oh,
then
yeah. The tears. The tears. The tears. The tears. That
I had to leave my ego at the. Look, oh, Maurice Johnson said that's humility. I had to leave my ego at the door.
Right. But he was telling the truth. I had never taken conducting before, and whatever I thought I knew didn't amount to anything compared to what he knew. It's like you don't get to tell me how you're supposed to conduct. This is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I had to yield to that, and it was so uncomfortable. The other thing, even in my voice lessons, like you kind of enroll in a master's program thinking you're just going to continue where you left off in your bachelor's program. Oh no, it's you're literally taking a leap to professional. Like you go from, oh, that's cute, you can get through a few classical songs, that's real nice, to now we got to get you singing like Leontine Price, Jesse Norman. You got to be singing the stuff they're singing, because when you're with us, that's the world you're going to be competing in. And so the difficulty level was insane. I was just like, crap, just tears. And then I had never been given 7 songs a semester. So every semester I was singing 7 songs in 5 different languages.
Okay. When math, let's just do some multiplication here. Okay, so you said 7 songs.
7 songs every single
times
semester.
5 different languages.
5 different languages every semester. I was not prepared.
Memorized?
Absolutely.
Like you don't have
translations completely memorized. I mean, you have to look like a professional. Like they expect you cannot be up there looking like a student, not as a master student. When you're a master student, they're expecting you to be a role model for the undergrads. So you literally need to be a professional.
Okay, I mean that's understandable, but
so when even in opera, I joined opera thinking we were just going to sing some Mozart. Oh no, I didn't see opera. I didn't even know they existed. I'm like, what key is this in? What time signature is this in? And they gave me all the hardest roles, all the coloratura, all the high stuff, everything that I would have tried to avoid, you know what I'm saying, in an opera class.
Mm-hmm.
They just threw all the hard stuff at me. And just tears. So everything about being in a, and then, you know what would really make me angry? Because I have my ego, whoo. So, like, we're in opera class and they're just conducting, and they're like, Dileesa, sing your part. I'm like, I don't know my part. I just got my music. I'm here to learn my part. And they're like, you have to sing something because we're conducting and I need to cue them in, so you need to sing. I'm like, I don't know it. Dileesa, sight sing. So I'm forced to sing a song I don't know, which means all the notes are wrong, and I am so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
So embarrassed.
But so that had to be an eye-opening and humbling experience at the same time. like a humility times like, okay, I can be flawed and still live, because often the one thing I struggle with is perfectionists, like being a perfectionist, like it has to be
learning in front of people.
Yeah, because you got to get the marbles out your mouth. You got to get the iron out the wrinkles. You want to show up and look like I woke up like this. Like this is
Yeah, like I have the outside together, but the brain is together. You got me looking raggedy from the inside. I was not okay.
That is hilarious because I could so see that. Like I could so see that in my head. Like I've had moments like that too. Like often, like with my fiance, his name is Trey. He'll try something like I'm horrible. When I say horrible at freestyle, like
I'm not a freestyler.
I am not a freestyle. I'm not creative with words. And he can just like say whatever. Like he sings, he does music on his own too. He actually writes music and stuff. So we're kind of on this music journey together, but I struggle with singing freestyle. So he'll do this thing where he like challenges me in public, like where we go to like a studio or something. We're doing a little gathering, and he'll be like, "Okay, your turn." And I'm like, I freeze, and because the notes will all come out wrong, like how you did with yours. Like it's a song you don't know. Like my brain doesn't work like that. I'm very analytical, so I have to know what I'm doing before I do it. Like. That's like the biggest thing for me.
I have to feel prepared. I have to feel confident. I have to feel like the HBIC. Like, I don't want to be there.
You're giving people whole life lessons right now, Dileesa. Like, literally, this is when I tell you.
Humble. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Humble.
I will remember this for the rest of my life.
And then piano. I took private piano.
Okay.
And of course, I'm not a piano major, but I was like, well, if I'm ever going to be a professor, like every professor I've ever had could play my music, and I'm not at the point where I could play somebody's music, so I should probably take private piano classes. So I was paying for them out of my pocket. But that first semester, she challenged me. It was like, well, okay, that's great. Now play it with dynamic. And she gave me this baby song, like dum 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 dum. Surely we could do better than this.
Surely.
I don't know how to do it. And then she's like, okay, now I want you to add dynamic. Now I want you to do that. And I'm like, she is really milking this song. Like, but then I realized I really couldn't do that. Like, I realized I never considered playing with dynamics. I never considered playing with musicality. Like, I was happy that my fingers played the notes. And now she's asking me to do something more. And I was offended by that at first. Like, that was irritating.
Like, that's not what you taught me. That's not what you taught me. Why are you trying to add notes to
not only that, I wish I didn't understand why she wasn't understanding that I'm a singer, so I shouldn't have to be held to that standard of a pianist. That's really what it was.
Oh,
you're
wow.
holding to the standard of a pianist and I'm a singer. And she's just like, no, you're in my class, so you're a pianist. So I'm going to hold you to the standard of
exactly.
So that was hard for me. And then to add insult to injury, she asked me, I had to play a recital hour amongst all the other pianists in a room full. So imagine, I'm 37 now, so at the time I was 35. I'm old enough to be these kids' parents, okay? They're like 18, okay? They were born in like 2000, all right?
Okay.
So I'm like the older person there, in which they don't know I'm 30. They all think I'm like 22, 25.
Yeah, because we know it don't crack. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't realize
Okay.
it. But like, they're all piano majors, so they've been studying piano since they were 10. So they're going up there doing Chopin and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And I have to come in there. I'm the master student, and I'm just like, I have to go in there and
Do, do,
bow.
do, 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 do.
You just don't know the shame.
I'm getting it. I'm catching the drift right now. Like I'm totally getting it. Yes.
The shame.
So there you have young, like, these people are like star people, like star people, like you said, they're playing Chopin, and what else were they playing?
The thing is, even if they weren't the best pianists, they actually were in school for piano. Like they were piano.
Yeah.
And so they've been studying piano since they were 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? So
and you like
hard, man. And I'm bum, 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 bum.
like, I can sing it. I can sing it. Like, can I sing it?
I did have to practice an hour a day for 2 months to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Whereas they would have had to practice for 20 minutes, you know? And I just felt very patronized because they kept saying, you know, you did so good. I was like,
that was like the salt in the wound, like just grounded in, like,
you did really good.
you did so good. Like, that's like,
no way. I sound like an 8-year-old boy.
with the little piano that has the like
30 piano.
Yes. I am going to remember this experience for the rest of my life. Like, you have no idea. I would have never thought in a million years that years ago when I stumbled upon I stumbled upon how long have you been on YouTube? See, this is me being a bad fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, 2008, right? So that was like, what? YouTube started in like, what?
05 or 06?
2005, yeah. So, wow. You're an OG YouTuber.
That's what they keep telling me.
Oh, I'm talking with royalty right now. Excuse me, madam, may I please, my liege? Like,
yeah.
Wow. I am so grateful for this. I am like, I couldn't even express to you, like, I don't look like what I've been through. And this means the world to me right now. Like, this is the most precious gift that I'm just on my phone. I'm just sitting here. And, you know, the woes of all this craziness in this country has literally just started like weighing heavily on me. And I try to be very optimistic and positive all the time, but it takes a lot of energy, you know, to be happy every day. And it drains you, especially like, how can you console others when you need consoling, you know? And this has been so, like, I literally have been started watching your videos to feel good about something that helps me feel good. Like, that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, when I sing, I have a speaker that's right here that when I'm cleaning, I plug in my phone, and I just power through karaoke, like on YouTube. I have a little list together, and I just sing my songs or whatever. And he tells me, be quiet, like, sing something else.
First of all.
Second of all, third of all the balls, okay? Did I do it good though? Like, did you? If he could hear you right now, he would literally be chiming in the back. Babe, you should be a part of this conversation. You should totally be. He's playing video games right now.
That's nice.
Oh, you're watching it. So he loves music too, but I was telling her about you telling me to sing something else because of my karaoke binging. Yeah. She said, "Did you Dido?" It's good practice. Good practice. Yeah. Like, so when I get up at actual karaoke, you know, once the pandemic is over, and I get up there and I sing the song for the first time in front of a big group of people, it'll be amazing.
Exactly.
That practice makes really good. Almost perfect, but not perfect. Yeah.
It's comfortable. Makes perfect. It does.
Perfect practice makes, yeah. I forgot how it goes.
I can't remember either. I don't say it.
This is crazy. So I have so many, like, it's like when you get in front of someone and that you've been like fangirling over for like forever, and you know, have you ever met them? What would you ask? And then I'm sitting here literally rambling all over the place. I can't even function. Like, I can't, like, this.
You did great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. So what would be advice, like the best advice that you would give to me? Let's see. Let me use me as an example. With when it comes to staying motivated with singing, like, or being consistent with singing, like, what would be your biggest? Because I know it takes a lot of effort and energy. It's just, for me, sometimes I can't find it. Like, what would you? What would be the best advice for that? To stay motivated with singing. I'm asking really hard questions because I'm really like that.
I guess for me, it's hard. I'm trying to.
Okay. Well, what motivates you? Like, what motivates you when you're down?
It's hard. I guess that's why it's difficult for me to answer that, because singing is very natural for me. So I don't think I have to be motivated to sing necessarily. Like, it's like I drink water and I sing. You know what I mean? It's
well. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So not sing. I know singing, because singing can be used for the act of singing and like what you do, like it's what you do naturally. Singing comes naturally to you. It's like your career. So as far as like practicing and things like that, motivating myself to practice.
I think we always have to. Well, I can say this. If I take myself outside of the singing and I think about things that don't necessarily come as easily to me, right? Because singing comes really easily to me, but let's say fitness doesn't come that easily to me, or running a business isn't something that comes that easily to me. What motivates me to do that is I think about who I will be 5 years from now because of what I did today. That person will think.
Okay. You know I get it. Yeah. Like,
so it's like what I do today is I'm literally laying the groundwork for where I will be tomorrow. And if I don't do it today, then I'll not be there. You know what I mean? So you have to figure out your why. Like, what are your goals? Like, I think if you get really concrete goals, then practicing doesn't feel so nebulous anymore. You can make really concrete. You can make concrete mini goals to reach the concrete.
Yeah. Because it's like, it gets so overwhelming. It gets so overwhelming sometimes. Like, it just like, it like just compiles and compiles and compiles.
Yeah. I think, okay, so let's take it out of singing. Let's put it into like business. You have all these people, especially church folk. I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? How many millionaires I got on my timeline? Come on. Hey, you know, all that.
Yeah.
That's a macro goal for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it's a macro goal. But like the micro goal is, what am I going to do today? I am going to look up 10 different stocks today. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Or every day I'm going to research on stocks. I'm going to do 10 things every day, research on stocks. I'm going to research on this. I'm going to research on that. I'm going to research on this. Whatever it is, real estate, blah, 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 blah. Those are the micro things that you could, because you don't know how you're going to make $1 million, but you do know this is what millionaires do. They buy books, they research, they this, they this, they
Got
this.
it.
So if you were to apply that with singing, okay, one day I want to have a career in singing. Well, what are some micro things I can do today? I can listen to artists and research. Like I really want to focus on jazz for the next month, or I really want to focus on funk, or I really want to research a certain producer's catalog. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what doesn't come easily for me is classical music. So if I really want to be a classical singer, I should probably actually start watching real operas, like the whole thing, the whole way through, and learning about, because I've been in my master's program, I don't even have to, I can listen to a song and know it's Puccini now because I've studied Puccini so much. And that's something that if you're in the opera world, because there's a character to the way that he composes. There's a character to the way Mozart composes that you can just listen to the way that the person is singing with the piano, and you're like, that's got to be Mozart. They all style, you know what I'm saying? So choose a composer like Babyface or something like that, and just listen to his production so you can understand the character.
Follow the line. Okay, so you're speaking my language now. So for me, I studied cosmetology. So like one of the things that I've learned like with beauty products is because that's the channel that I'm trying to focus on outside of, because that's why I'm the queen of makeup. Slight little plug right there. So anyways, so when you're using a product, like a lot of times people find out like it doesn't, like if I bought a shampoo and I used it, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't work. Sometimes you got to use the entire line in order to get the effects of it. So what you're saying essentially, what I'm gathering is that pick one person or one style in particular and study it to its fullest as much as I could possibly do in order to get an idea of what it is that I want to do, like micro goals of individual micro goals of the individual composer artists, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Figure out what makes them who they are. So if you just want to spend a month just listening to Stevie Wonder records, and then what you'll find is, like you said, there's a line, things that Stevie Wonder does that make him unique. And then you can hear how he developed over time. Like what was he doing in his early music that was different from what he did in his later music? What were some that were kind of off brand, I would say, versus the things that were just really in line with the meat and crux. Like his early music, he didn't do a lot of runs. He did a lot of runs towards his later music. Like what changed in the middle of that with the times. Another person that I've listened to extensive albums, and I can hear to this day, like I can know a Fred Hammond song without ever hearing it.
Of course, that's it, even I think his voice itself is like one of the most unique tones. Like his tone, absolutely. Like you hear it, like, oh, that's Fred Hammond.
Exactly. It's like there's something about his music that no matter when he comes out with a record, without hearing his voice, if you just hear the music and the BGBs, you're like, is that a Fred Hammond song? So
similarities, and the styles.
Yeah, they have certain moves that make them tick. They look like Warren Campbell. Warren Campbell is Mary Mary's record producer, but he's also done things for Brandy and other people. When you listen to Brandy, like he is, you go, that is Warren Campbell. You know what I'm saying? And I think he did some stuff for Destiny's Child or whatever. And I think you can start to hear like, oh, wow, all of these things are similar. So I think as a singer, that's really important because once you can understand someone's catalog, you kind of understand the character of their music and you can kind of anticipate what they're going to do musically, which means you can anticipate what you're going to do vocally and how you're going to perform.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You're giving me a bunch of like whoppers here. I'm trying to keep up and I'm taking my notes. I got my little notepad over here. I'm telling you, I'm studying. Like, because I really want to know, like, I mean, there's so much more to the voice. There's so much more to music. There's so much more to, like, there's...
So, for example, I would say this. So, Kim Burrell is like the singer's singer, right?
Yes, yes.
Follow the line with Kim Burrell. Like, you don't necessarily have to learn every single lick of every song, but she also has certain things that are just very Kim Burrell-like. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you listen to her music, you start to understand the character of her voice, and that so many people that try to sing like her are kind of misrepresenting what she actually does vocally. I think people that are trying to do what she does, I feel like they're butchering her style. But yeah, I think that's a really good way to learn how to sing, because now you're kind of isolating people's sound and people's vibe, and then you get a feel for what they do, and then it allows you to anticipate certain chord changes, anticipate certain vocal movements, and it kind of helps you figure out what you like about their singing that you can incorporate into your own.
Now, see here, for me, I am really good at mimicking. Like, I can mimic people, and like that's just like a gift I've had ever since I was a child. And often I would find myself singing a certain way or a certain style, like consistently. Like, that's just it. And then it's like, oh, you're trying to sound like this person. Like, how did you find your voice? Like, how do you find your voice? Like, where you're not trying to sound like somebody else. Like, I'm not trying to sound like this person, but I love the way that sounds. So of course, in my mind, it automatically goes to what I feel sounds good.
I had no choice. My voice was never high enough to do the things I wanted to do. So I really wanted to sing like Yolanda Adams, but I was like, okay, I'm screaming and it's not sounding like her. So then I had to start making other choices. Same thing with Kim Burrell. I love Kim Burrell, but I couldn't keep up with all her runs. So I learned what I could, and then I just ad-libbed the other ones.
I have a shower Kim Burrell voice. I sound like Kim Burrell in the shower, like 100%.
You can all get through her songs in the shower, right? But basically, that's really like what we're doing is what I did was I realized at an early age that my voice was a lot lower than the people's voices I loved. So it wasn't going to benefit me to try to sing like them. So I just kind of had to take what I loved about them and then figure out how to kind of maneuver my way back down, if that makes sense. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to hit that note. So then how do I...
The starting note and then the ending note. Yeah. See, I'm still learning.
Well, I have to learn how to be creative in that way.
And see, that's where I'm struggling. Like I already told you, I struggle with with being creative with words. Similarly, I struggle with my run choices. Like, have you ever encountered that with anyone before? Like
with everybody, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I don't feel so left out now.
No, I think people have an idea of what they want to do. So usually in a voice lesson, I'll just tell somebody, okay, give me the idea that you have, even if it's unfinished or whatever it is, and then let me help you kind of tighten it up, if that makes sense. So, because usually you guys have like 80 to 90% of what you want, and you're just not sure how to finish it. You know what I mean? Or some people, like, they get one run and they get it really good and they just think they're just going to fit it.
I feel like that's me because I do it. It's,
listen, give me 40% of that run and then do something different. Challenge yourself. And I remember when I was younger, I would sing and force myself to do something different every time. In fact, I would force myself to not sing the melody, just so that I would learn how to sing around a melody, but not be off key.
Wow.
I don't know. I just did it. I was like 14.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good training, because I've never thought of that. Like, I've always looked at, like, I have some of my favorite artists, like you know, people who have really, really high agility in their voice, like, you know, people like Leandria Johnson, and then you have like ridiculous like voices, India Ari, Kim Burrell, who else? I mean, there's far too many because I could literally go, the list goes on and on of the people that I listen to, and they're just on my list, you know? So I don't know. I'm trying to challenge myself to step out of my comfort zone. But when the comfort zone sounds good and feels good, it kind of like becomes like this whole thing that you do to yourself. Like it's self-defeating almost.
Well,
Yeah.
suggest it sounds good to you.
You just She got my soul, y'all. She got my soul. She took my soul. She did it. She did it to me. She broke me. She broke me. That's good. It sounds good to me. And I need to remember that because
What does your audience feel?
well, how does my audience feel? They feel tired of hearing the same things over and over again. Like oh God, what have I been doing to everyone? It's like
Boring them with the same run. Like, oh, here we go.
like, and they know exactly when it's coming too. Like they start to, the people try to sing like me.
There it is. There it is again. All right.
Oh my God. You just opened my eyes, like painfully so, but to the point where I'm like, I need to do better. Like, this is not okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all.
This is my song for 2004.
Oh my God. Ruben Stutter. Oh.
2:30 in the morning.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No need to apologize. My cutoff was 2, but I was enjoying our conversation. But I do need to
yes,
because I'm actually in charge of Thanksgiving dinner.
Ooh, I'm not. I get to be, you know, background. I'm background.
The children ready plus the food. So.
Well, you have a happy, wonderful holiday. Thank you so much for inviting me onto your channel and allowing me to be a fool here on camera with someone who I have loved and adored for many, many years. And I will never forget this. I will never forget this as long as I live. Oh my God.
Bless you. Thank you so very much.
Oh, here's some style coaching. Okay, I need to go to let you go. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.